Hey yo, happy Monday, happy In Madness Monday. This is episode 154 of In Madness Pod. It's Sean the Butcher here at Vertebrae 33. How's it going?
It's just another manic Monday.
We have that on the playlist, actually, I think.
Yeah, yeah. How you doing, Sean?
Good, good. It's been a crazy week. We're coming
Mm-hmm.
right at the finish line with this episode. Everything has been hectic as usual, but we're always here for you every single Monday because we are the premier podcast, In Madness Pod, on every pretty much social media platform at In Madness Pod. Hit us in the mail sack. We'll dive in there real quick today. inmadnesspod@gmail.com. If you want to send us an email or a voice note about any episode of this show over the past 3.5 years. Check us out on YouTube and make sure no matter how you're listening or where you're watching, like and subscribe and comment and give us the 5-star reviews. Check out the In Madness Spotify playlist because who the hell knows what we are going to add after this episode. We pretty much add a new song after every single episode. Happy In Madness Monday, as I already said. I'm seeing some new followers on the socials. Thank you for
Mm-hmm.
following along. Thank you for listening along. Tell everyone you know about this show. However you found out about this show, spread the word a little bit to another friend. Tell 2 friends, and they can tell 3 friends. And spread the In Madness tentacles worldwide. You can get a shirt and represent even harder. You can get a mug and represent even harder at inmadness.com. What mug do you have for this week, Vertebrae?
Sean, so I told you, I think 154 episodes in, I think I've gone through a good amount of my mug collection. I think I had a couple saved for other movies. I do have a bunch of Star Wars mugs we've still not gone through, but I have this one. I don't know if I ever showed this K2SO from Rogue One mug. I saw this and I was like, I can't remember if I ever showed this or not.
I
Big
don't think
old
I've ever
head.
seen this one.
Yeah, so there you go. But yeah, so something's got to give. I either got to go on a mug shopping spree. The problem with that, Sean, is I am out of room. They're everywhere. It's like an infestation. So I've got to figure out some more storage capabilities on these mugs before I can purchase
Imagine
any
you have to
more.
get a fucking storage space and just put mugs in
Mm.
it.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to get a storage space, but it won't just be mugs. But yes, but I need at least like another shelf somewhere. Maybe in my office, I'll try to find some
That's
room to put
easily
a
another
mug
25
shelf.
mugs.
Yeah, if you make a shelf, then you got room. I don't want to just have them piled away because then I don't actually see them.
What's the
I do have
point?
a new mug on the floor over here behind me that you have one and I have one of the It mug that I got. It's
And let it be known,
still in
it's
the
still
box.
been I still have not seen Vertebrae for us to
Hmm.
exchange. I feel like we've seen each other. The mugs just haven't been present. They should probably be in one of our cars. Probably put them in your car. This way, next time I see you, for sure, the mugs
Yes. Yeah, it gets bad, but I've been busy. You've been busier, Sean.
Yeah, I've
You
been
did
busy listening to our amazing monkey episode. I've
the
just been
monkey. But listen, uh besides the monkey, and by the way, Sean, uh going back in time, I got a text from our buddy Psycho Ninja about the monkey episode. And I listens back where both of us completely missed the fact that the scene in the Chinese restaurant with the calendar was a flashback. And it wasn't until I started sending you photos of the movie and we were trying to work it out and realized how awful both of us are with math that I was like, that's a flashback. But that being said, that still means that this dude looked for the monkey for 8 years. He took an ad out and he did not bother to check his aunt's house for 8 years. It didn't pop into his head to be like, huh, maybe one of our relatives' houses. Like the only other relative we know in the entire movie. So yeah, I mean, it took a lot of ads out. Still kind of an interesting plot hole there, but 8 years this guy was obsessed with the
still a
monkey
great
episode.
movie. I don't care what you or Psycho Ninja said. I had a
Mm.
great time not only watching the movie and reviewing the movie, but doing the episode with you and running you through it and you being
I
just like,
had fun
"Oh
with
my god."
both. I did have fun with both. Is in my pantheon of films that we've covered in, but see, there's multiple categories, Sean. There's categories of films that I love, and then there's ones that I wasn't crazy about, but I loved covering for the podcast. And the podcast gives me a chance to enjoy things, a different flavor, if you will, right?
I can't wait to
So,
watch The Monkey again and listen to our Monkey episode again. And if you haven't already, check out the movie and listen to our episode that we dropped last week. We got a fun one for you next week,
mhm.
but we got a ways to go till we get there. Yeah, I was texting you about The Monkey, and you
Yeah.
sent me a hilarious text back, and I thought it was so funny that I posted it on our In Madness
Did
story.
you really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even know that. So,
yeah.
Sean, for anyone out there in the world who doesn't already know this and doesn't follow Sean on the socials, Sean got married.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yes.
And he's got another event coming up, a big old party, which I'm going to attend to celebrate
Fuck
his
yeah.
nuptials.
Fuck yeah.
But on the day he gets married, he didn't text me to tell me, hey, man, I just got married, or hey, check this out with a photo. He's texting me about the monkey.
The Monkey.
I couldn't believe it. I'm texting you, and then go on Instagram and I see this post, and everybody's commenting, and you're all dressed up nice. And I'm like, holy shit, this guy got married, and he's texting me about the monkey. That's our commitment to this podcast, Sean,
I
right
mean,
there.
so I didn't get married till the afternoon, and my first thing on Monday morning is when I wake up is post about the podcast because it's already technically been up for 7 or 8 hours. So
Right.
I figure people are waking up and they'll check their socials and they'll see we posted a new episode. So yeah, I was posting and listening to Monkey while I was getting ready, and I was texting Vertebrae. I was like, it makes me think you don't like Napoleon Dynamite listening to this episode. And he's like, I do like Napoleon Dynamite. And I'm just texting about the monkey. And then, yeah, later on, me and my wife got married. And my buddy was Sean Ageman, who's been on the podcast before, was taking pictures. And then, yeah, posted the picture. And then you're like, you're texting me about the monkey on your wedding day? It was like I had 3 hours to kill before the wedding. So I was, doing podcast stuff.
Well, congratulations,
Thank
Sean.
you.
All
Thank
the
you. And
best.
thank you everybody who said congratulations in the comments. Like it's so many to even read. Like just
Mhm.
scrolling through it kind of gives me sphere like nausea. So
Good God, I don't know if I made a comment on it then.
as long as you give me a double tap, that's fine. I don't even know if I double tapped it for fuck's sake.
I think I liked it. I can't remember. I
Thank
think I
you.
just
No,
immediately texted you about it.
thank
But
you very
yes,
much. What do you
correct.
want to do? Mail sack first or book club first?
So, a couple things with the book club.
Vertebrae 33's In Madness Book Club.
So, I just finished A Child Alone with Strangers by Philip Fracassi. Sean, what an incredible book. Our buddy Fracassi just rolls so much into one book. It's essentially this kid goes through something very horrific, and then later on he's kidnapped a few years later, and then there's a monster involved, and there's all this kidnapping, and there's the police are involved, and there's investigation, and it just rolled all into one. So it came out a while ago. There's been some new editions of it put out with an extra story in it, but A Child Alone with Strangers is the latest book that I read for the year. But my latest purchases, Sean, because my purchases usually outpace my reading.
Oh,
Here we
turning
go.
around.
So the first one is Goblin by Josh Mallerman, and Josh Mallerman did the Incidents Around the House book, which is being adapted into the Other Mommy movie, which I think comes out in the fall. This is Goblin, this incredible book by SST, signed by him, incredible end papers.
Check this out on YouTube, and
it's a beautiful book.
I say we'll post it on our socials, but Vertebrae's gonna have to send me a picture of it.
Yes. And then the next one, this book, Sean, quite a buzz, picked it up, Victorian Psycho.
Oh, that looks sick. Great.
And this is also going to be adapted into a film as so along with not the Goblin, but the other Mallerman book. And then I picked up this book, which is maybe not horror, but certainly psychological horror. This book, Adrift. I'm part of the Aardvark book club, which is a really cool book club. So they have a monthly thing that you can tap into. They had a different version of our buddy Stephen Graham Jones's Buffalo Hunter, but I didn't get it, Sean, because I already own 2 versions of that book, so I don't need 3 versions of that book for my collection.
But don't you do you though? I think you
I'm so
might, though.
tempted. Every time I see it still in the app, I'm so tempted, but I didn't get it. This book I just picked up directly from the author, Adam G. Neville, Monumental. So I ordered it from him. It comes signed, incredible cover. You're gonna know Adam G. Neville, English writer, writes a lot of supernatural horror. Sean, he's known for the book The Ritual, which was adapted into a movie. I also read his one of his other books called All the Fiends of Hell, which was a really cool apocalyptic thing with these red monsters. And this artist that does the covers for these done a series of these, just incredible. We'll post that, just incredible artwork. So those are the newest into kind of the library. Puts my to read list over like 92 books, I think. So I got a lot of problems to get caught up. But the other thing I want to mention is our buddy Stephen Graham Jones. They announced and dropped. I don't know if we mentioned this on the other podcast, but I don't care if we did, I'm going to mention it again. He's got a new book coming out October 13th, 2026 called Off the Reservation. It is a sequel to his breakthrough novel, The Only Good Indians. Sean, that cover art.
I got to read both now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That cover art for that book was the cover art that was on his computer when we interviewed him, because he's only on, to add to his allure, he's only on Blue Sky as far as social media goes. So I added him and said, "Hey, was this the cover?" And he wrote back, "Yep." So that was pretty cool. So that's really neat. You know, he's kind of become such a big deal that they don't even build up a run for his books. I think it was like People magazine like dropped the news of a new book of his coming out. I promptly, Barnes and Noble kids, if you want it, has a special signed edition for sale. So I pre-ordered the signed edition at Barnes and Noble, and they've been doing that more and more with Barnes and Noble having special versions or signed editions. So I pre-ordered that book. Sean, October 13th, 2026 from Saga Press. Saga Press always has a booth at New York Comic Con. They always promote their books that are coming out soon or around that time. October 13th puts us right in line later in the next week for Comic Con or the end of that week. So let's see what happens. But if they can get him to be there at Comic Con, then maybe we get to say what's up in person.
Would be a great adaptation for our next Comic-Con episode. Always my favorite time of the year, besides our like Christmas year in review wrap-up shows that are always good.
Yes.
But yeah, check out any of our Comic-Con episodes. I think, yeah, we've got 2. This will be our 3rd one.
And Sean, The Exorcist. We cannot get out of the world of The Exorcist ever since we covered that movie for our Christmas episode. They have announced that they started filming Mike Flanagan's Exorcist reboot with Scarlett Johansson.
As Reagan?
Sean, I don't know. Thoughts by you in general first.
Trash can emoji.
Yeah. I'm going to say in the article I read, I put this in quotes. This project is a radical new take and a fresh story set within the universe, rather than a direct remake or sequel. So produced by Blumhouse and Atomic Monster, started filming this past week. When they say a radical new take, I simultaneously get very excited because we could end up with, Prey. Then I simultaneously get really sad because then we could end up with Predator Badlands.
I hear
which were both considered to be radical takes on.
I hear radical take, and I mimic the Beldar Conehead moan that I sent you.
Yeah. Listen, I want to be wrong. Love Scarlett Johansson. I think Flanagan does a great job. Blumhouse has had a pretty good track record. Not an incredible. I think they started out a little hot, and a few things didn't grab me. But I want to be so wrong about this.
We'll see. I could just be talking shit. Yeah, it could be great. It could be Exorcist 3.
Right. But or it could be the Crow remake, which neither of us have still seen. So, which was also supposed to be a radical new take. So, so I don't know about that. And the last thing I had, Sean, is it's award season, right, for movies. So, Academy Awards are taking place tonight. If you're listening to it on Monday, no, tonight, Sunday, no,
I
maybe there's
think
Sunday
tonight.
night.
Yeah.
Tonight for us, we're recording. Let's just go way inside baseball. It's Sunday and we're recording. So by the
So
time you listen to this, it will have happened. So what's up Sunday and howdy to your Monday? The film Sinners is nominated for 16. Count them, Sean. 16 Academy
more
Awards.
fingers than I have.
Incredible. Have to take your socks off to count with your toes.
Shit.
A horror movie nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Original Screenplay, Best Casting, Best Cinematography, Best Original Score, Original Song, Film Editing, Production Design, Costume Design, Makeup and Hairstyling, Sound, and Visual Effects. That's a lot. And I'm going to give an early tease, Sean. So both of us have seen Sinners. I don't know if we'll cover it on the podcast, but both of us have seen it. Our next film that we're going to cover was a major hit at the Academy Awards. Big deal. So it's interesting where they land with this. How many do they actually win? And what is it considered when time goes on? Because the next movie we're going to review is considered one of the all-time greats as time has gone on. So I'm curious about it. Listen, it's always exciting when you have genre films in the running for Best Picture. When The Shape of Water won Best Picture by Guillermo del Toro, I was ecstatic. It's a cool thing. I don't generally watch the Academy Awards anymore. I think I watched them a lot when I was a kid. I do remember, in the history of the Academy Awards, you got Star Wars losing to Annie Hall by Woody Allen. You've got what was it? This is off the top of my head, kids. Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think, losing to something, and then you had E.T. famously losing to Gandhi as well. So historically, films are things that I'm into, don't usually win. I think the next film we do on the podcast is an exception and was groundbreaking in that way. And we'll have to see what happens. By the time you listen to this, you'll know what has happened. You'll know the future.
I mean, if Sinners wins 16 awards, I feel like we have to cover it because that would be epic for something of that. But we'll
If
see.
Sinners wins more than 5, I think
we'll put it in a voting poll.
We have to put it.
Did we say what the hell our voting? We didn't say what it was, but did we discuss it? The inside
we
baseball.
Did.
So we have.
Did.
Do you
we
remember
nailed?
Because I don't remember.
We wrote 3 movies down.
I don't remember any. I hope you have it written down.
I think.
But we're not getting to that yet. Next is a vertebrae movie, and then after that will be a viewer's choice, where we leave it up to the In Madness psychopaths to pick the next movie. Was that what you had for Sinners and for Books and for Exorcist? I got a couple things here I wanted to also get your opinion on. But before we do that, I think that we should probably dip into the mail sack.
Mail sack.
We have a couple here, but specifically, I saw a funny one about the episode we just did for The Monkey. We have an email here from nfrank85, and it says, "Da monkey." It says, "Are you okay?" It says, the email says, "Hey guys, I wanted to check in and make sure everything's all right. Listening to the latest episode was like hearing my mother and father fighting, and was wondering if I'll be spending where I'm going to be spending Christmas," he says. Vertebrae sounded disgusted with the monkey. Oh, I loved every part of this. Thank God you never covered Cocaine Bear. Oh, well, I mean, it was funny. Vertebrae stopped me in my tracks with Cocaine Bear. He's like, I think we pitched the movie on a Sunday. We might have gone over it, and by Tuesday he was like, "Dude, no, can't do this. We gotta
Mm-mm.
do something else and record. So he says it's safe to assume you'll never touch any trauma films. I feel
Correct.
sorry for Butcher on the next choice. I already know what the next choice is, and I'm very thumbs up about it. He says it'll probably be a 4-part episode as redemption from Vertebrae. It will definitely be a 2-part episode, but I think it's going to be something we all enjoy. Let's take a step back, deep breath, and move forward. Keep up the good work. You're still the best part of my week. Thank you, N. Frank. Oh, Nick from Michigan. That's what it is. Much love to the premier podcast, Nick from Michigan. On X, he is N. Franklin85, part of the In Madness family. Thank you so much for hitting us in the mail sack.
That's awesome. No, we're good. We're fine. I had a lot of fun doing it.
Torturing Vertebrae is part of the fun for me of this podcast. Hence, I mean, that's the thing is, if these were movies that I hated and just made him sit through so we can Mortal Kombat, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Monkey, these are movies that I dearly love, and it's just hilarious that I have such a heavy one side of the love, and then on the other side, like Vertebrae is just like, this is terrible. But I
enjoyed it.
I see things in your vision, and I begin to understand. But I also, when I was watching The Monkey, I was like, Vertebrae's gonna hate this movie.
But we got to represent everybody, Sean. That's why this podcast is fun to do, because if it was just the two of us agreeing on absolutely everything every single time, like where's the fun in that? So there's a lane. If there's a Venn diagram, right, there's an area where the movies exist, and like we all like love them, we both do. And then there's other areas where they kind of exist. You get into another movie by the same guy, Longlegs. I loved Longlegs. I thought it was incredible. Sean,
I thought parts of it were incredible. You didn't think parts of The Monkey were incredible.
No,
I thought on the toy. I was like, if he's gonna like anything, the man's a collector. He's got toys. This is an awesome toy. And he was like, it looks CGI. Looks CGI. Okay. What is that? AI monkey? What is that? I don't like this.
Oh, Sean, I found, you want to do this live on the podcast? We can tell people our voting poll.
Wait. Oh, the voting poll. You want to do it now?
I got the 3 names and on a little slip of paper.
Should we do it now, or should we do it at the end of next week's episode? Because then that gives all that week, and then part 2 week, and then we're gonna do...
I just wanted to give people a chance to watch these films, and then they could give an accurate... You got to
give them a chance to watch the film that we're going to do next week, though.
Exactly. But then they could give an accurate vote. I'm excited. You know what it is, Sean? I found the list, and I was really excited about this.
So let's wait. Hold the list. We'll tease that.
It's right here. It's right here.
We'll tease it with your movie. So we're going to give a whole bunch of teases at the end of this. I have 2 more quick things I just wanted to ask you about.
Absolutely.
A24 Crystal Lake prequel series. Thoughts?
I'm excited.
Me too.
I'm curious to see where it goes. If they're gonna get weird with it, I'm down for that. I don't want
Alien Earth.
I don't want Alien Earth. I also don't. I don't necessarily want. Alien Earth started out great.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want just a slasher fest, and I know that's gonna make people groan because what did you expect from the Friday the 13th movies? I think a lot of people would probably love that. But I feel like this is the opportunity, because it's television, to dig into some things the other way with it and give us a little bit more, I don't know, meat on the bone. Kind of gross analogy if you think of Friday the 13th.
Just because we had 2 Friday the 13ths to start off this year, which is pretty sweet. And then they just...
When is it dropping?
I don't know. I think it's just this year.
Yeah.
But they had the picture of like a bloody knife scraping a tree, and that's the only teaser we have. So I'm stoked about it. And again, we've discussed it on the early days of this. I'm not a huge Friday the 13th guy, and I know that'll make people groan too. I don't know. I'm a huge Friday the 13th, the remake of the original, that we will be covering on this podcast 100% eventually.
And they should maybe enlist our buddy Stephen Graham Jones. Like, you've got I Was a Teenage Slasher and his Indian Lake trilogy were just incredible, right? Slasher books that also have a lot of heart to them as well. And I think if you can, in a movie, I don't think you can do that, because you got to hit that one note for 2 hours to satisfy kind of the slasher fans. But I think with a TV series, maybe you can get a little bit more nuanced with it. I don't think we need a love story. I don't think we need any of that, but I think we could certainly get a little more nuance. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Me too. I'm looking forward to it. And lastly, I saw something, so it just like sparked something for me. Hellraiser revival video game coming out in 2026. I'm very intrigued by this. I know you're not much able to play video games. We tried doing Alien Isolation. I beat it, and you're like, I can't even land the spaceship on the planet to
Yeah.
So I think a Hellraiser game would be sick. I've talked about my love for the Terminator arcade game that they recently put out, but I thought I just wanted to bring this up real quick. I thought I was going to spend this entire weekend playing Resident Evil Requiem.
Mhm.
Everyone's been talking about it. I have been excited to buy it or whatever. And I open up my Xbox, and I rarely play video games, but I do like every year I'll play a game or two.
Mhm.
And I go to my Xbox and I see it, and I see the price to buy it, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to spend this on a game, but I was like, whatever. You want to have some fun? Fun costs money, always. Notoriously, you want to have fun, it's going to cost money.
Right.
So I go to buy it, and it goes, Xbox is like, ha! You want to buy this game with this Xbox?
Oh no.
Absolutely not. What you need, my good friend, is the Xbox Series S. And to my surprise, my old ass, who doesn't know a damn thing about video games, out loud goes, what the fuck is Xbox Series S? What kind of $50 upgrade am I going to have to pay for? Boy, did I find out quick that the Xbox Series S is like $500. And I was like, man, I barely wanted to pay for the game. And now I got to do a $500 down. My buddy's laughing at me. He's like, Xbox is for grandpas. He's like, get yourself a PlayStation 5. He says it is better than the Xbox. And I'm looking at this Hellraiser revival thing. And guess what? Available on Xbox Series S. And I'm like, man, oh, it's so brutal. Yeah, because so like I have an old Xbox and it doesn't have the computer capabilities to handle the whatever the hell. So yeah, that my whole weekend I was just like, well, I watched the Fukushima thing on HBO about the Fukushima radiation thing after the tsunami. That's what I spent my weekend doing instead of playing Resident Evil. So now I'm gonna try. So I went to Facebook Marketplace, and I'm like, what do I got it? Who do I get a used one from for $200? You know, like make my life a little easier.
Wait, so but when you get it from Facebook Marketplace, don't you have to meet up with those weirdos?
Well, yeah, I know you would hate that. I know.
Oh God.
But it's funny because everybody on Facebook Marketplace, you go to send a message, and immediately Facebook goes like, "This person is notorious for never responding to messages." And it's like, "Oh, great!" And then you go to their profile, and they have one friend, and it's like, I don't even know if this is a real profile. I'm probably just getting spammed right now. So I may look into a PlayStation 5. I don't know, because I really want to play Resident Evil and I really want to play Hellraiser, and now I'm gonna have to sit here with my Jag-off, Xbox, whatever that's obsolete as hell. It's like the iPhone 1 of Xboxes. So yeah, that just grinded my gears a little bit. And I was like, I don't want to spend all this money to play a game a year. 2 games a year, like, man, it's such an investment, man. So
if anybody wants to get Sean a wedding gift, send them in the Xbox.
I'll put that in the registry. No, I want to go to Japan. That Japan before the Xbox. But yeah, that was all. I'm glad we hit the book club. I'm glad we hit the mail sack. We discussed everything. A nice short one today. And we'll tease some more. Did you get your gnarly bits in for our definitely not 0.5 episode 154 of In Madness Pod?
Yeah, absolutely.
So movies. What shall we tease for? Let's give them. Okay, so the new running bit for 2026 is Sean pick, Vertebrae pick, In Madness family pick. My pick was the monkey. Vertebrae's pick will be one that we tease for you at the end of this episode. And for now, these are the 3 movies you are going to be voting on that we will be covering the winner after Vertebrae's movie. I don't remember the theme. I know we like to theme these polls now. So Vertebrae, have at it. What are the In Madness family going to vote on?
So, Sean, 3 films in kind of the science fiction horror category. The 3 nominees are.
Oh, this is our own version of the odds.
Yeah, we're cluing it in, right? The 3 nominees are. This has been put together by Price Waterhouse and Associates and the 2 old guys from the Muppets. Here we go. Annihilation.
Your favorite.
Love Annihilation. Not putting in any seeds in anyone's head, but come on, man. Annihilation.
That was definitely the Vertebrae pick. Okay.
But also love The Void. I love all 3 of these movies.
Void is a good movie.
And War of the Worlds, the Tom Cruise version of War of the Worlds. But certainly there's a lot to dive into with the book and other versions of it. That could be an I would venture to say you pick Annihilation, it's probably going to be 2 parts. If you pick The Void, it's probably going to be 1 part. Yeah. And if you pick War of the Worlds, it's probably going to be 2 parts. So when you're voting, you either want to have a quick and easy 1-parter, make Sean's life simple, you go The Void. If you want to see an extra deep dive, we hit War of the Worlds and Annihilation, because Annihilation is based off a book series, which I've also read, and we'd have to dive into kind of all of that.
And War of the Worlds is like it was a sneak hit. You know, I went in thinking, I was like, all right, Tom Cruise. And Tom Cruise, great. You know, I love Mission Impossible 1. I didn't see like the 1,000 Mission Impossible movies, but I saw the first one and I thought it was great. And he's good. And I was like, okay, we'll see what he can do with this. And War of the Worlds, I was like, oh, this is so good and so scary. And yeah, I love the whole, and I know the lore behind the original and all that and how cool that was. But yeah, I thought it was a great movie, and yeah, sort of like a scary ass alien movie that isn't Aliens. We will get to Aliens soon. But yeah, for now, yeah, I like those 3. That's what you're going to be voting on: The Void, Annihilation, and War of the World. But you have, so it's going to be like 2 weeks to vote, because that 3rd week when we do the in-between, maybe we'll do an interview with somebody. We've been trying to do an interview. We'll see what happens. That's when we'll announce the winner. That'll be the week before, so that everyone has the week to watch it, if that's how it's going to go down.
Right.
So with that being said, our next one, you said it was I don't even want to know if you want to. It was an anniversary. I can say that much.
The anniversary's coming up. I can give 1 clue, which would give it away immediately.
It's going to be a 2-parter. It's a heavy hitter. It was one of the top 10 that I think we mentioned when we said, which is crazy that we hit The Shining like 3 weeks ago, and now we're hitting something enormous again, which is great. But yeah, go ahead. What's your hint?
Oh man, my clue though, Sean, gives it away big time. I don't know.
I have 1 hint that
you have 1 hint that's like less of a obvious.
I want to know yours.
Super obvious. I don't want to give it away.
Do it.
All right, fine. I'm just gonna say that everyone needs to stock up on fava beans
and Chianti.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Barney. That was you're gonna do great.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna do just fine. I don't know the whatever.
And also, it's based off a book, and I am halfway done the book. I am halfway done the movie, and there's a lot to unpack. So here we go.
I have this on DVD. I'm gonna start watching the first half at least this week. Oh, it's gonna be such a dark week. Oh, such a great movie. Oh, fucking great. Yeah, we are hitting heavy ones. Imagine we do this and then follow it with War of the Worlds. My God, what are we doing on this podcast? We're already breaking our 2-episode rule, which we've already done a couple of times. Sometimes it's just what you got to do. That's great. Awesome. Great teases. And with that, we will see you next week for episode 155, Vertebrae's movie in Madness Pod.